Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Seso here, bringing us a Photoshop tutorial, bringing us a cool little gradient effects tutorial here today. Actually, pretty cool effect. You can see I have an example here of like a, I guess a finished product of the example I have with just a simply, I just used 3 stock pictures from the Black Ops 3 reveal thing with just some cool little flames around it with this very nice gradient. I think that's what makes this look so nice. It looks really good on poster designs, and you can, of course, you can use this for any like banner designs. I've been seeing it been used. It's very effective. It's very efficient as well because it's just a simple CC, and it just makes it. It's its own. You can obviously apply any other effects or anything you want to do to make it even more of your own, but this is a very nice little style you can use just because it's really efficient. It's very nice to do. So I'm going to show you guys what it looked like beforehand. I'm going to be using the same exact picture, though, for the example when I actually do it. And the CC just applied, it's just a bunch of, you know, layer styles and such, like curves, vibrance. I'll show you guys all this in a little bit, but mainly just the gradient, which makes it look very, very nice. And I'll show you guys how to do that. It looks very nice. With just simple extras like some flames around it. I can show you how to do that if you really want to. I will show you guys in a second as well. At the end of the video, I'll be like, all right, look, this is how you do this. It's very simple to do. And then just with the Black Ops 3 logo in the middle, just to like set everything off, and it looks really nice. So I want to show you guys how to do this. We're gonna go right into it right now. So don't forget 200 likes on the video equals a secret down below. I'll probably just leave a nice cool little CC gradient pack, which is I think would be really cool. Just so you can use those as well for some practice, or just like teach yourself in Photoshop with the PSD, you know. So anyway, let's get going. I'm just gonna hide these layers here. I'm just gonna start off with like just imagine these layers are not here just for now. All right. So anyway. Obviously, you got to start off with a picture or something. I would think, you know, pictures look very, very good with this kind of style. That's why I would say, you know, besides, like, I kind of do this a lot when I'm doing, like, banner designs for clients and such. When I do, like, if they have, like, pictures that they want in the banner, and I kind of, like, feel like it messes up the color scheme if it doesn't go right with it. If it's, like, black and white, I don't really like always using black and white, so I like to use color sometime. This is what I would do. So, pretty much, you want to start off with your adjustments tab down here. And then you'll find your gradient overlay, or gradient map here. So this is pretty much all you really got to focus on, like, this kind of things you got to know. So what I would do first of all is double click on this, and when you see your left gradient here, which is white, it's going to be white for default and black on the right for default as well. What I want to say is start off with always changing your white to, like, move around where purple is, I would say, and then just move it down to, like, a very dark purple, so you can get this kind of scheme right here. So that's just for now. That's just, like, how I would set it off. That's how I would start. That way, when I go to this other one right here, I'm going to change it to red. And I'm just going to find this very nice spot where this kind of like, it goes together. So it's kind of like you need complementary colors because you can't just use black that way. It just looks very weird. I'm going to show you in a second. We're just going to use that red for now. But I'm going to show you if this was not dark purple, if I did not start with dark purple, and if I started with white, it would look like this. Or if I started with black, it wouldn't look correct. It wouldn't look like the way you would want it. So you're just like, how do I get it? Start off with like a complementary color. So purple and red, I think goes pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and just change that to dark purple. You can see you get that very cool, like cool looking vintage look almost. It looks very, very nice. So I would say like you can move around, scroll around. Let's say if like yellow, blue, another blue, maybe. Let's see if that works. You'll be able to tell, you know, or blue and dark blue, I meant to say. But you can just tell that green looks very nice with that blue, which is over here. If I just put this to black, I'll show you what I look like. So you can see, you just have to find this very complementary colors that go with the color that you want to use as a primary, and the secondary just make it darker, but just a nice complementary color to it. So I'm going to use a purple and red just because I want to use that because that's the same thing as I did before. Right now, so red, boom. So now we have that set, we can press OK, and then we have our gradient map that looks very good already. It looks very nice, it looks very, like I said, it's like a vintage look almost. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm going to go ahead and go to my curves now, and mess around my curves. Now, anything you do after this, of course, can be, you know, adjusted to like a million times. I'm just going to use some curves, some brightness and contrast maybe, and some vibrance. It really depends on what you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and just use curves for now. I just want to make my, my darks a little more darker, my lights, of course, a little bit more lighter. That way the characters, maybe the picture can pop out a little bit more. That way it doesn't look so, I guess, like off tone, really. So that looks pretty nice right there. I think just a nice little simple curved S with like a little more of a loop on the top than the bottom. And then I'll just go ahead and change my brightness and contrast. Maybe I want to fix this a little bit. The darker it is, I'm just trying to make my darks come out more. I know I can use like, you know, just curves on its own or something. I like to use these little increments of like, I don't know, how do I say it? I want to use these groups of CCs, that way I know I can change something very ever so slightly that I want it to look like. So that's why I like to use most of these kind of things. Other than that, I guess I can use vibrance like I said, and then just like put that up just a bit. not too much, and then pretty much I got a nice little gradient CC right here, but I'm going to top this all off. Oops, don't want to change that actually. And I don't want to change this too much, maybe 15 or 10. Yeah, 10 looks pretty good. Alright, cool. So I'm going to top this all off right here. Pretty much my CC is pretty much done. Now it's just like to top it all off. It's just using like a leak. I call it like a leak light or a bleeding light, or just a light on the top. You guys see me do this a lot. I'm going to make a new layer. So pretty much Control Shift N to make a new layer. I'll click this little tab right here. And then pretty much you just press B on your keyboard, which is your brush tab. These are my 40K brushes. If you have yet to get this, I'll put it in like the information tab thing, or you can like click on that little eye on the top right, I think. And like you can go ahead and just click on that video and get the 40K pack, brush pack, which is all these right here. Anyway, I'm gonna click on a soft brush. I also have that in the brush pack, and then pretty much I'm gonna press Control Alt and right click and move my mouse left and right to change my diameter. Or if you want to just simply right click when you have the brush tool open and just change your size. I'm gonna change my size to a good size though. I'll say what, 1800, and we will go ahead, maybe a little bit more. We'll just go ahead and click once on the top. And we're just gonna lower the opacity on this normal. Do not change the layer style. I don't know if you can change the overlay maybe. I don't know. It looks cooler or best on normal. It gives that nice flat look, that nice even tone. And if I just lower the opacity down to maybe like 40 or so, you can see it looks very, very nice. You can see like it just sets it all off. I don't know. It just looks really good. I was always a fan of this whenever I first learned it. I was just like, wow, I'm really missing out because this looks a lot cooler than anything. So anyway, that's pretty much that. And then pretty much that's like the whole entire thing. And you can apply this, like I said, to banners. I did it to a poster design. I showed you my example in the beginning. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I can show you how I did that little flame thing. So I just pretty much typed in fire streak on Google. I got this little cool little fire streak. I just pretty much dragged it in. And it was small, so I just used my W, which is my magic wand tool. And I pretty much just clicked, pressed delete on the black. And then I went to select, modify, I think it was expand. I expanded by 3 pixels. That way, it basically like brings it in more, so it gets rid of all the black or what I really don't want, like the excess black that didn't get cut out when I used the magic wand tool. That way, I press delete, and I just get a 1 streak here. Now, pretty much all I did was just make sure I put it straight as I thought, and then pretty much I dragged it down here. And I just held Alt, which is like a duplicate without using Control J. And I just hold Alt and Shift, and I just moved it up one by one, making a new duplicate. Pretty much, just like so. Then I'm going to just simply Control E, shift click on all these, Control E to merge them. And that way I'm just going to use Alt and Shift again to move it to the other side. And then pretty much, I'm going to do a duplicate, so I'm just going to Control J this time to make a duplicate, and then Control T for free transform, and I'm going to hold Shift once again, which is going to, when I rotate, I want to rotate it perfectly on a 90-degree angle. That way I don't have to guess it. If you try to guess it, it's going to be pretty hard unless you like perfectly match it. You can see the little the triangle on the top of my cursor. But if you hold Shift, you can do it in 15 intervals, so it's just very simple to just put it on 90, just like so. Press a little check mark. I put this one on the top now, and I'll drag this to the bottom as well with Alt and Shift. And then pretty much all you got to do now is, I'll go to my first one really quickly. I'm just going to go to Filter, Motion Blur, Blur, Motion Blur. And pretty much all I did was at a 90-degree angle, which is the first up and down one, this vertical one, not the horizontal ones. Otherwise, I'm going to change it to 180 in a second. But 90 degrees and about 45 pixels. I press OK. And then pretty much I'm going to do it to the other one. I can just simply just click on the layer and press Control F because it's the same exact way I want it to be. But now on the top one, I got to go back to Blur, Motion Blur, and just change the angle to 180. And then pretty much I can click on this one, press Control F to do it again. And then that's pretty much it. And then just find a nice little layer style where it will look best on. I think, oh, that looks cool. If I didn't, if I wanted to look like that, I'd make it look like that. But I don't know which works best. Maybe this, yeah, right. Color dodge. Color dodge looks pretty nice. So that's pretty much how I did that. I just put the Black Ops 3 logo in the middle at the end of it. So that's pretty much how I did it. So it looks really cool. I think this style looks really cool. So like I said, you can do anything you really want, but I think you want to play around. I think what looks best, or you can try at least, just like if you want to just try it out. What looks cool is if you use like stocks. I'm just gonna use my brush stock really quickly. Why not? If you use like some kind of stock, right? I'm just gonna click on this. But if you have it on white, I think if you put it on excludes, no difference, or is it like luminancy? No, which one is it? Saturation? Yeah, saturation I think works pretty well. You can get it at this really cool gray tone, and then pretty much you can just play around with it. You can get these little cool little gray areas in between like your gradient So it would look cool if you had some cool stock. I don't know if I can like find one I would really want to use. I don't know, something like that, and put it on hue, I think. So you can see what I mean. It looks pretty cool, so you can play around with that as well. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial here today. Thank you guys so much for 41K. I think I said that last time, but we did hit 41K, so we've been gaining so many awesome new subscribers. I want to say thank you guys so much for checking out my videos, and if you're a new subscriber on this channel right here, and you watch this on my first day uploaded, or if you watch it like 2 years after, if I'm going that long, I don't know, but, you know, thank you guys so much, honestly, so I appreciate it. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter, @SesoHQ. For any cool little, like, you know, updates. I may just, you know, do some crazy things. I don't know if I live stream once in a while. Or just, you know, check out my Sellfy, sellfy.com/SesoHQ. For any pre-mades and packs as low as $5 to get some awesome, I don't know, maybe revamps or something for $8 or so. That's like pre-made. You can just use them, PSD and all that cool stuff. Anyway, yep. Thank you guys so much. Seso you out. Peace. Enjoy your day.